So the tournament begins, and the first match in the tournament is Ted DiBiase versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan, a 5-minute match, which ends when Andre grabs Duggan's leg as he goes for the 3-point stance, and then DiBiase knees Duggan from behind while Andre gives him a shot in the face, and then DiBiase pins him. Stephen, what were your thoughts on this opening match of the tournament?
I mean, these two took me back to one of the best segments in Mid-South history, which was a best dress competition between these two, which was basically decided by a sound machine that was backstage. And this is all very high-tech stuff in 1985, I think it would have been. Definitely worth looking up on YouTube. I think DiBiase ends being taken away in an ambulance or something after Ted gets annoyed that he didn't win the best dressed man competition. Spoiler alert. I thought this was okay. Ted obviously was really great at this time. One of the best North American wrestlers in the world, but the finish was really weak. I mean, this is a night of bad finishes, and this was one of them. I also felt really sorry for Andre having to walk down this early, and the number of times he'd have to walk back and forward, which is not great. And I did think that things were likely to get worse before they got better from this point as well.
Alex?
It was all right. It was okay. I wrote that about DiBiase. He's awesome. How he has never been a champion, a WWE champion, is beyond me. Because I think that he could have been, I mean, going back to what you said earlier about like an opponent for Hogan, I think it would have been perfect. Give him a 10-month reign with the title. He's obviously modelled on Vince McMahon himself. He's fantastic in the ring. Great promo, absolutely fantastic look. Don't have any music at this point, that took me back a bit and that threw me a little bit. But anyway, he's awesome. Duggan, not so much. The finish, I put Andre hits Duggan right in front of the referee. That's not the first time I'm going to be mentioning that about people hitting people in front of referees and getting away with it. 5 minutes of nothing really. It was all right. Nothing much to say really. So
I think this is where, for me, the show started to slightly get better than I thought that it would be. Now, that's not to say this was a good match. And in fact, I'm going to say it now. There's nothing that goes above average on this entire show. And this is perfectly average. But the thing is, we've just watched WrestleMania 1, 2, and 3. And actually, there's a lot of stuff on WrestleManias 1, 2, and 3 that is below average. WrestleMania 2 in particular, the first 6 matches are an absolute just dreadful. They're just god-awful. And so I was like, this is okay. Like, it's passable. It's not horrific. It's not horrendous. They don't do much. It couldn't be much better as Jim Duggan after all. Although maybe I'm wrong, Stephen. I mean, I did write that this is a classic Mid-South collision. So maybe they have had better matches.
Yeah, I think they would have had some decent matches in '85. Duggan just got worse and worse and worse. But I think there's a lot of miles on his body by this point. Is the other thing that we probably all forget. Hercules is a good example of that. Hercules, like, you see him later and in his kind of Power and Glory run. Hercules was pretty good in '84. Like, he genuinely was pretty good as a big man, but then you're doing the Mid-South tours and then the WWF tours after this. You're just killing yourself, basically. So you've got nothing left by this point. And also your Titan Sports protein shakes up to the gills as well, as we're going to see in the next match. I can already see my notes for that one.
But that's where I started to get, like, I was like, you know what, not offensive, not going to be memorable, but I didn't hate watching it, which I did hate watching some of the stuff that was on WrestleMania 2.